Have you ever pondered what could happen if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Picture our planet, the blue marble, spinning at a breakneck speed of 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. That's faster than the speed of sound. This rotation, an elegant dance in the vast cosmos, is not just for show. It's a fundamental part of our existence, a delicate balance that shapes our daily lives in ways we often take for granted. From the gentle tug of gravity that keeps us grounded, to the rhythmic cycle of day and night, the Earth's rotation plays a crucial role. It creates a livable climate, enables life to flourish, and even shapes the very landscapes we call home. But let's take a moment to ponder the unthinkable. Now imagine in a blink this rotation halts. What would happen? Strap in, because we're about to embark on a journey exploring this fascinating yet terrifying hypothetical scenario. In this theoretical scenario, Earth ceases to rotate instantly. A statement that's enough to send chills down anyone's spine. But what does it truly entail? Let's dive into the science of it. The immediate effects of such an abrupt halt would be dramatic. You see, as the Earth spins, it creates a centrifugal force that slightly counteracts the pull of gravity. This force is what makes you weigh less at the equator than at the poles. So, if the Earth were to stop spinning, this force would disappear. The result? Everything and everyone would suddenly appear to weigh more. But what about the common misconception that we'd all be flung off into space? It's a captivating image, isn't it? But it's not quite accurate. You see, centrifugal force, while indeed real, is relatively weak compared to gravity. It's not enough to overcome the gravitational pull of our planet. So while we would feel a bit heavier, we wouldn't be catapulted into the cosmos. However, this doesn't mean we'd be completely unaffected. The sudden halt would cause everything on the surface of the Earth, buildings, trees, animals, and yes, us humans, to maintain their eastward momentum. This means we'd all suddenly be moving at incredibly high speeds. The result would be akin to the world's most disastrous car crash, with everything in the path of this eastward momentum being utterly destroyed. But what about the oceans? They too would maintain their momentum, resulting in massive continent-spanning tsunamis. The Earth's crust would also react violently, causing unprecedented earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. So, while the idea of Earth suddenly stopping is a fascinating concept, the reality would be far from pleasant. It's a testament to the delicate balance of forces that make our planet habitable and our lives possible. So, we wouldn't be launched into space, but we'd certainly feel heavier. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the cataclysmic consequences of our planet taking an abrupt pause. In the absence of Earth's rotation, gravity would have a stronger pull. Now, this statement may sound a bit perplexing. To understand this, we need to dive into the science behind gravity and centrifugal force. Gravity, as you know, is the force that pulls us towards the center of the Earth. It's what keeps us grounded, literally. On the other hand, centrifugal force is something we experience due to Earth's rotation. It's an outward pushing force that slightly counteracts gravity's inward pull. Now imagine if the Earth stopped rotating. There would be no centrifugal force to counteract gravity, resulting in an increase in the gravitational pull. In simple terms, you would feel heavier. But how much heavier? Well, let's get into that. Scientists estimate that the average person would experience a weight gain of approximately 5%. Not a huge number, but enough to make you feel a bit more sluggish. And it's not just us humans. Every single thing on Earth would be affected. Your pets, your favorite houseplants, even your morning cup of coffee would all weigh 5% more. Buildings and structures would have to bear this increased weight too, leading to potential architectural challenges. But what about the human body? A 5% weight gain would mean more stress on your bones and muscles. You'd tire more easily and physical tasks would become more strenuous. And the environment, well, that's another story. The increased weight would put extra pressure on ecosystems, possibly affecting the behavior and survival of numerous species. Trees would have to support heavier branches and leaves, rivers would flow with more force, and even the air we breathe would weigh more. All of these changes would occur simply because centrifugal force, our unsung hero, is no longer there to lighten the load. It's a fascinating thought experiment, isn't it? So, if you've been struggling to gain weight, this could be your chance. But remember, it comes with a whole lot of other complications that we may not be ready to handle. But weight gain would be the least of our worries. If the Earth were to suddenly stop spinning, the disruption to our planet's processes would be profound and far-reaching. Consider for a moment the day-night cycle. It's what regulates our lives, dictating when we sleep, when we work, and when we play. But if the Earth stopped turning, this cycle would be thrown into chaos. One half of the planet would find itself in perpetual darkness, while the other would be ceaselessly bathed in sunlight. Imagine a world where the concept of a day as we know it, a 24-hour period of light and dark, simply ceases to exist. But it wouldn't just be our schedules that would be affected. The temperature extremes created by this new reality would be unlike anything we've ever experienced. On the sunlit side, the relentless heat would make the surface uninhabitable, baking the land and evaporating the oceans. Forget about a pleasant summer's day, we're talking about temperatures that could melt lead. On the side shrouded in darkness, the world would be a frozen wasteland. Without the warmth of the sun, temperatures would plummet, dropping lower and lower until the very air began to freeze. It would be a place of eternal winter, where even the hardiest of life forms would struggle to survive. And let's not forget about the effect on ecosystems. Plants, which rely on sunlight for photosynthesis, would perish in the eternal darkness. And on the sunlit side, they'd be scorched out of existence. Animals, too, would suffer, their habitats destroyed and their food sources wiped out. In essence, our vibrant, life-sustaining planet would transform into a world of extremes. A world of scorching heat and freezing cold, where life as we know it would struggle to survive. In the face of such a scenario, it becomes clear just how vital Earth's rotation is to our existence. It's not just about keeping us grounded, it's about keeping our world habitable. The Earth's sudden halt would turn our world into a place of extremes. The dramatic consequences of Earth's sudden halt go beyond just us. Our planet's ecosystems, for instance, are finely tuned machines, delicately balanced and utterly dependent on the Earth's rotation. If the Earth were to suddenly stop, this balance would be violently disrupted. The immediate effect on all living organisms would be drastic and devastating. Plants and animals that rely on the cycle of day and night would be thrown into chaos. Entire species could be wiped out in an instant, leading to a catastrophic loss of biodiversity. The oceans, covering more than 70% of our planet's surface, would not be spared either. Imagine a giant tidal wave, thousands of feet high, sweeping across the world. This is what could happen if the Earth stopped. The centrifugal force that currently keeps the water at the equator would cease, causing the oceans to rush towards the poles. This would result in dry land at the equator and massive, world-engulfing oceans at the poles. As for the atmosphere, it would continue to spin even if the Earth stopped. This could create winds of unimaginable speed, flattening everything in their path. The Earth's surface and the atmosphere would eventually synchronize, but not before causing widespread destruction. Moreover, the sudden halt might trigger seismic and volcanic activities. The Earth's crust, which has been shaped by billions of years of rotation, would suddenly be subjected to new stresses. This could cause the crust to crack, leading to massive earthquakes and potentially awakening dormant volcanoes. In essence, if the Earth stopped spinning, it would be a catastrophic event, causing chaos and destruction on an unimaginable scale. This hypothetical scenario, while fascinating, serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance that enables life on Earth. It underscores the crucial role of Earth's rotation in maintaining this balance, a role we often take for granted. So, the next time you find yourself wishing the world would slow down, remember, the alternative could be far worse.